You ready for the Dynamite?
Yes.
Okay. So, Dynamite, bro, this Hangman Page was interviewed by Renee Paquette backstage and said he would punish Wheeler Yuta for what he did to Colt Cabana on Collision. So, by the way, on Collision, you see that? They attacked Colt Cabana for some reason, bloodied him up.
I did see that.
So, I don't know why. Now, Hangman Page is going to get revenge. He said he would punish Wheeler Yuta for what he did to Colt and wouldn't regret any of it. Then MJF walked up and attempted to goad Hangman into giving him a title shot. Hangman shut him down and said if he wanted a shot, he needed to earn it or cash in his contract. Because he knew he wouldn't do either because he's a facade and a coward. The word coward's been thrown around the show a lot lately, too. So Hangman Page versus Wheeler Yuta for some inexplicable reason. Hangman beat him up and then brought a chain in the ring and beat him up afterwards and bloodied him, choked him. Told Yuta no one was coming to save him as the Death Riders had failed to show up, and Hangman stared Yuta down as he left the ring. What did you think of this segment?
I think this match was unnecessary, and so was the blood.
Right. It didn't add anything to the storyline here to me. They're just randomly trying to, I don't know. So I didn't realize this. I guess this girl Billy Starks, who's a very weird character because she acts like she's out of place and doesn't know what she's. I mean, it's just an observation. She's like smiling all the time and kind of like I don't know. Athena barked orders at her, and
they're both weird, bro.
Yeah.
Athena's very weird. Like she's got some stupid hat on.
It's just I'm not buying this. These two. So Billy called Tony a must. Couldn't stand in the ring with Athena. All right. So our boys, Tony's new.
I'd like to tell every single wrestler in the business that using words like, bro, that's been done to death. And you try to do it to get like, whoa, ooh. But to me, it's like, okay, we've all heard that.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of so the Tony's new toys, his favorite new toys, Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, Jet Speed, are on the show again, and the rest of FTR.
Right.
They went 17 minutes because these guys need to work way too long.
Just like the Yuta match was way too long. He should have gone in there, attacked him, beat him, and left him laying. He's a champ.
Yeah, so FTR and to be brutally honest, FTR carried these guys. Okay. Right. So at the end, Harwood rolled. So this is kind of weird. You know, the typical AEW style is what? Million moves, million kickouts. Right. Okay, million false finishes, right?
Yeah.
So the finish of this was actually creative finish because Harwood rolled up Knight and he used a crutch so it was a creative finish. Okay.
Right. You use a crutch as leverage.
Right. Good heel finish.
Right.
Okay. So Tony Schiavone interviews Stokely and FTR after. So this is how our segment is over. They just went 17 minutes. Okay. Right. So let's talk about some overbooking here. Okay. Tony interviewed Stokely and FTR after the match in the ring, and Stokely said Adam Copeland belongs in prison because everybody knows he's not a wrestler, and Copeland no business putting his hands on his last week. He called Copeland a terrible human being, a cancer to AEW, and it doesn't matter what anyone else says. Copeland made his entrance to the microphone and said he forgot that he can't get within so many feet of them. But he made a business deal to do it for him, and their business is hurting people. So then MVP Lashley and Benjamin come out, and they assaulted FBR, and they had a brawl. And then Copeland went for another spear on Stokely, but he pushed a security guard into the line of fire. So, and this, I didn't, okay. What did you think of this whole segment?
Okay, first of all, I thought the match was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's way too long.
Yes.
Then you were right, the finish was creative.
Right.
And then, well, this gets longer, so go ahead. Oh, you already talked about them attacking him, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Edge come out?
As I said, Edge comes out and he says, I can't attack you, but
I made a business deal, right? Yeah.
Right. And so now the Hurt Business comes out there.
Right.
FTR.
No, they like to hurt people. And yeah.
And so, okay, everybody says I'm an AEW hater, okay? But just from a booking perspective, okay, I don't know where exactly they're going, but this is not the way they're looking like they're trying to get there. I'm not. This is you got to be a better way than this. So there is value in the Hurt Business as tag team champions wrestling Edge and Christian eventually. There is value in the Hurt Business against FTR in an angle.
Right.
Okay, title. Okay, so the way they started this angle with FTR, bro, they just paid him to attack their heel. I don't like the whole babyface heel. It's like I don't know who's a lion and stuff and everything, but I would not have done this.
Right.
This is I don't know. So,
Well, at least
here's
here's a good thing. At least they're finally fighting somebody with a name, and they're not fighting, like Big Bill and Little Bill. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they're not fighting the jobber teams. They're fighting.
Right.
At least they're integrating with the top tag teams now.
Yeah.
But I would have not. That's a weird way to do this. Adam Copeland's paying them to tag. It's like
it is.
The FTR should be like on the thing wanting the tag titles against the Hurt Business.
Oh, here's the thing. Remember that Dax turned on Edge?
Right. No, they got their angle. So and they're going with Copeland, and Adam and Christian are going to get together again.
Right.
And they're going to end up wrestling FTR.
Right.
That was obvious. It's obvious way they're headed. They're all friends. Right. They want to do that, right?
All right.
But the way they're doing it here is just it doesn't. I don't know. Like Adam Copeland paid the Hurt Business to attack FTR.
Right.
You tell me what character-wise were that? Like, I don't know. He would not do that. So, our boy Nick Wayne said it was time for them to back up the words with action. He said, starting on Collision this Saturday, they would show what they are capable of when they are uncaged, and he called them the most dangerous faction in AEW.
Him, his mother, and another guy. Right.
That was a funny line, though. I like that.
That's tremendous.
And so this guy's who's doing this review here? This is from Jake Barnett. This guy, all right. His take on the FTR angle. The Cope and Hurt Syndicate temporary alliance doesn't make a ton of sense, but hey, the match is fun. I guess there weren't any other babyface teams available. So Moxley cut a promo backstage. He said Hangman won the match and found something within himself, and even he has to applaud that. Moxley said he'd have to do what they all do after winning the title, and they'd get up the next day and do it again. And Moxley said he lost. There was no need to be about it. He said he knew which Hangman rode into All In, but they'd find out by the end of the night which one rode out. He referenced a rematch and said he would fix the mistake. What'd you think of this promo?
I don't know if it was a work or a shoot. Either way, the people bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a shoot, multiple herniated discs.
No. What are you talking about, dude?
What are you talking about?
Pay attention to what I just went over the Moxley promo.
Oh, the Moxley promo was good.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said. What do you care? No. Now we're going to get to the Will Osprey promo. So Osprey came in. He spoke about his neck and had been a problem for 10 months. He said AEW doctors have been great, but he'd done it to himself by pushing himself so hard. He said he made a lot of promises to Swerve, Hangman, the fans that he felt he had to keep, but he had been rushed to the hospital after All In. Says he has 2 herniated discs pressed on his spine, but the good news is the doctors have said they believe it to be treatable. He continued and said he was happy to take part in reclaiming the AEW title and told Hangman that was coming for his rematch eventually. Osprey said he hopes that the right physio and the medical help AEW can provide, he'll be able to return to the ring by Forbidden Door. When is Forbidden Door, Joe? He joined Swerve on the ramp and they embraced, and then both men saluted the crowd.
Sunday, August 24th, DI.
Oh, there's no way he's going to be. Bro, if he's got a hernia, if this is true, and he's got a herniated disc,
2.
That takes way more than was it August? That's like 4 weeks.
Yep.
No, bro, I'm just telling you. Let me tell you another thing too. That full Nelson. What do you call that full Nelson suplex? A dragon suplex?
Snapdragon or something?
Dude, I'm telling you that move specifically is when they're doing it constantly. Like that move messes your neck up. Done over a period of time. These guys don't even understand kind of like some of these bumps are taking the stress on the neck, and it's like, here you are, now you got a hurt neck. Bro, and you're doing vicious bumps and stuff. I'm like, well, come on, go ahead.
Let me bring up something before I forget. Were you watching the commercials or were you fast forwarding through them?
I didn't have commercials on Max. Okay. There's no commercials.
So they had Shark Week coming up, right?
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
And guess who was the host for it?
Who?
Darby Allin.
Oh, I saw that commercial. No, I did. That commercial actually played on the show.
All right, so let me see if I get this straight. The guy disappears, goes to what mountain?
Everest.
Mount Everest, which is a huge thing. No photos, no video, no nothing. He's already come down. Why isn't he doing a promo or a match or anything? He's one of the most over-believable guys on the show.
Well, let's just talk. Once we finish, I'll just bring this up, okay?
Right.
That is a major storyline. Darby coming back.
Right.
And it's like, now he's not on the show. Right. Another storyline that should be weekly storyline progression is the EVPs losing their EVP gimmick.
Right.
So what's it like going to the show every week for them? The show showed it 1 week last week, and they didn't even follow up this week on any of it.
Also, what happened with Omega and his Golden Lover guy?
I mean, so backstage,
Bushi.
yeah. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. So they got a video package for a new faction. Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Thekla. The video package looked really cool. But the funny thing is when these girls get in front of a live crowd and they just have these stone cold faces and don't make any expressions or these kind of,
Well, they're amateurs, bro. They're playing, wrestler.
So Thekla's with them, so whatever. MJF walked with the Hurt Syndicate and criticized them for doing business with Copeland and asked them where they were when he was trying to get a title shot against Hangman earlier. MVP said they're in the business of hurting people and they made a business deal with Copeland. And lastly, shoved MJF against the locker, told him they don't owe him. Every week he does nothing but talk about himself. And he said he won out of the Hurt Syndicate and gave a thumbs down. Then what's his name? Benjamin rolled his eyes at him and MVP shook his head and walked away. So they kind of left him there. Bro, they're really breaking these guys up this crowd. Tony Storm versus Billy Starks. I mean, I didn't realize Billy Starks is a heel, but I guess at the end she got a...
Yeah, she's with Athena's group.
Right. So she lost. And after the match, Starks returned to the ring and cracked Tony with the championship belt. Then waved Athena down in the ring, but then threw Aubrey Edwards out of the ring for some reason. Then Athena arrived and smacked Tony with the clipboard with her title contract, and tossed her the ring steps and hit her with the clipboard again. And Athena went to sign her contract as Starks threw Aubrey back in the ring. Then Alex Windsor appeared and attacked Athena. And she will challenge Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's title in Collision this week. And Windsor helped up Storm. Is Alex Windsor, is that Will Ospreay's wife? Look that up, Joe.
Joe,
somebody said that to me, I think.
I feel like I'm out of the loop. There's been all kinds of Alex Windsor engaged to Will Ospreay. Alex Windsor.
Yeah. So Will Ospreay's got his girl on this show now.
Right, and
she actually looks decent. I don't know. It was kind of funny too, though. But Ospreay was this girl like about a year ago, maybe more than that. She was having a death match somewhere, and like he was posting on social media, like, "Hey, check out my girl's death match." It's like, I don't know. Would you want to marry a girl, Konnan, that was doing death matches? Would that be something you were interested in?
If I was in love with her, I wouldn't care. But they're all marks.
Right.
Look at my girl bleeding. Look at my girl in barbed wire. Right. So
right, yes. Swerve comes out for his next match, and Don Callis walks out with his boy Hechicero. So he's Swerve against Hechicero, and Swerve defeated Hechicero by DQ because Lance Archer ran down and interfered. Then afterwards, Brody King and Bandito ran down to even the odds, and they cleared Hechicero and Archer from the ring. Then Okada slipped into the ring behind Swerve and hit him with a weak chair shot and set up for a tombstone, but Swerve escaped and delivered a headbutt. They wrapped the chair around Okada's head, but he escaped before Swerve could land a house call kick. The brawling of they fought up the ramp, these four guys, did not look, once again, but the bad brawling on this show, very fake looking. Yeah. What did you think of this? Throwaway match, I don't know. This show's really going, like we're going over the show, and the only angle is MJF getting mad at the Hurt Business getting mad at MJF here. And, this, I don't know.
Well, the match wasn't bad because Hechicero's known for doing a lot of cool moves, and Strickland was doing like counters to them. Mm-hmm. So the match actually wasn't bad. Right. I'm just not interested in any of this.
Right. There's nothing really to be interested in.
Right.
Alicia Tude interviewed Ricochet in the Gates of Agony until Ricochet insisted they be called the GOA. They said they were $200,000 richer because they keep winning these $100,000 matches.
Who really thinks that?
And they would invest it in their quest for gold. So they would be respected or feared, and that is a demand, and they cackle like a goof. I'll tell you what, those guys together look pretty cool.
Who?
The three of them.
Yeah, they do.
They were dressed like that's a cool looking faction, to be honest with you. Just their presentation. So MJF comes out for an interview and said he didn't need Bobby Lashley to get back his world championship. As far as Cowboys concerned, he called him Hangman a coward. He didn't need the contract to win the title. He beat him in the center of the ring. Then Mark Briscoe walked out and he talked about his kosher pickle and said he was going to exercise self-control because his pay would get docked if he shoved that microphone. He accused MJF of stealing his win in the Casino Gauntlet match that he wanted one-on-one to match next week, and MJF said no. Told Briscoe that when the pressure's on, he loses and MJF wins, and called himself a generational talent, the most well-rounded performer in the world. Said Briscoe sucked, was white trash, just like everyone from the Midwest. So he knows why the crowd loves you. Can't get enough of you. He said his lazy eye and ugly face make people feel warm inside, but none of them actually think he's a top guy, and that's anywhere near MJF's level. MJF called him a joke and a circus clown that gets paraded around for cheap laughs and cheap pops. He then said he didn't know another guy from Delaware that people feared and looked up to. And MJF continued and said that the other guy was worth his time, and it must suck to wake up every day that no one will ever respect Mark like he did his brother Jay. And this got him mad. MJF bailed from the ring, and he headed to the stage, and Claudio comes out for the main event. Bro, what do you think about a babyface character that comes out before his next match? And to get everybody excited for this next match, that the heel just eviscerates him on the mic, calls him a bum and a clown and a joke. And now here's the guy. Now he's got a match.
Well, at least he won.
Right. So him and Claudio wrestle. And by the way, okay, very interesting on the show again, because I asked you what's the typical AEW style?
Right, like in the
false finishes.
Glorified indie.
These were the finishes of all the matches, okay? So Tony Storm did the chicken wing, okay?
Right.
The which match is this here? The FTR did the roll up, okay? They did help with the thing, but it wasn't a move. It was a roll up.
While Disco's
okay?
talking, Joe,
Mm-hmm.
do you have the numbers for?
Not out yet.
All right.
Oh, that's right. So early, we're recording early. That's why. Yeah.
But they weren't checked list.
So then we had an interference. We had an interference. And then we had another roll up here at the end for the finish of this one, an inside cradle.
Right.
So all of the matches, the only one that ended with the finish was Tony Storm choking the girl out. But that's not even her finish. Doesn't she do the other? She's got that move she does, right? That the pile driver thing.
Yeah, like a short pile driver, whatever she calls it.
Okay, so after the match, Marina Shafir,
shortcake pile driver, nothing.
Yeah. After the match, Marina Shafir chop block Briscoe, and then Claudio dropped. The Moxley ran out, and they caught on the tail end of Claudio dropping Briscoe gut first on a chair that was upside down in the ring, which is a very dangerous looking spot.
Mm.
So Moxley grabbed a microphone and said, "Hangman isn't the champion yet. No one should get too comfortable." So the Hangman just walks to the ring right to all the heels and told Moxley that he lied when he said he didn't want Texas death, but when he says he doesn't have the courage to survive under pressure and do it again and again, he thinks he actually believes that. Page then said he will prove it, not to this version of Moxley, but the one who carried the company so many times in the last 6 years. Then Moxley nodded along as Page said he would give him his title match next week on Dynamite, but he was the challenger this time, and they were going to play Hangman's rules. Then Page declared that everyone but a referee would be banned from ringside, and since he already knew the answer was yes, he would see Moxley's next week. And dude, so then he leaves, and they had another very long out on the show where nobody's doing anything. You know?
No, the worst out ever. So they have Moxley says something, and then this girl, she whispers something.
Right.
Okay, what are you saying? What are you doing? Why are you there?
Yeah.
You know, like she's not valuable to the team. You know, all the people that are not valuable to a team, B-Fab,
right.
her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they set up a world title match for next week's show?
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, they need numbers. They saw the numbers. So like when they
I don't think
they have a world title
numbers.
Match.
You can't put Briscoe and Castagnoli in the main event and expect numbers.
Right. Yeah. So
hey,
yes. What did you think of the show?
It was all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I'm very intrigued in the Hurt Business and MJF thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else really.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.